He had his tongue split and eyeballs tattooed black, but this body modifier was only just getting started. The fact that he almost choked on his own spit during one procedure and ran the possibility of losing his sight permanently. Ethan Bramble, an Australian from New South Wales, claimed that dozen surgeries were 100% worth the torment. Ethan has left no place on his body blank, and his next step might be intimate implants. Some people's appearances leave us wondering how on earth they could have thought of accomplishing something so absurd. This is the exact response you would have upon realizing that Ethan Bramble, with an astounding 150 tattoos and a split tongue, is the most modified guy in the world. This 21-year-old man has had his eyeballs tattooed, his nostril punched, his belly button removed, his tongue split, his labret, the area beneath the bottom lip, sliced, and part of his ears chopped off. Bramble had a passion for tattoos at a young age. He expanded his ears at 11, drawn to changing the way he looked. He acknowledged that this gave him the appearance of a weird-looking dude, but he hasn't stopped making changes since. And ever since he was 13, Ethan has hung out at tattoo parlors, watching the artists who create body modification pieces come to life. His social media profiles have approximately 76,000 followers, many of whom are drawn to his unconventional appearance. So we can't claim that his method of gaining attention is bad. He said in an interview, "I've always been a strong believer that you shouldn't really judge people in the way they look. It's how you want to look, your appearance. If you're committed to it, the end result is 100% worth the pain." When Bramble was barely 17, he had his tongue split, which was the most drastic correction he has ever had. He also mentioned that getting his eyeballs tattooed was the scariest change he had ever had, remembering the instant a syringe was brought close to his face. One person is holding your eyes open, and your task is to fix your gaze on a specific area on the wall. The fact that you will become blind if you move your eyeball while the needle is inside makes it extremely stressful. That one is therefore undoubtedly quite dubious. On the street, girls in particular approach me and inquire, "Why? Why exactly? And why do you dye your hair?" I ask. "For what reason do you paint your fingernails and apply makeup in the morning?" Today, Ethan's torso is covered with more than 150 tattoos. He admitted that his only concern was choking to his demise because he was continually drooling after having his tongue split. Apart from that, he has never been afraid of anything and enjoys all of the bodily alterations that he has undergone in the past. Ethan says that, provided you're dedicated to it, the end result is well worth the suffering, despite having invested a significant amount of time and money in his physical transformation. Reactions from others upon seeing him are of little concern to him. "I get asked a lot how many tattoos I have on average, and it bothers me because once you start getting sleeves and connecting tattoos, there's no number, they all become one," the man remarked. "I would estimate that I have tattoos on 75 to 80% of my body." Mr. Bramble thinks that he has spent between $15,000 and $20,000 on his various alterations, the most expensive of which was getting his eyeballs tattooed. He is also dubious of the precise cost of these modifications. "My mother could not look at me for about a month without getting tears in her eyes when I got my eyeballs tattooed," he recalled. "But they just learned that I'm still going to do it." Mr. Bramble's tongue split was the most excruciating treatment he has ever undergone. He claimed that he was tormented by his inability to speak, eat, or drink for around 7 days following the treatment. "I was forced to spend 3 or 4 days in bed." Despite Mr. Bramble's claim that body alteration gives him power, his radical appearance has sparked some unfavorable comments from people in public and online. He stated, "It can prevent you from being content with your appearance. However, you have to learn to go past that and tell yourself that you should simply do what makes you happy because others don't get to say that about your life or have a say in it. When you look like this, you realize that not everyone will treat you right and that there will be certain drawbacks. However, it's pleasant when you are treated well by others." Mr. Bramble is a living piece of art for others, covered from head to toe in significant phrases and images. Jade Randazzo, his girlfriend, appreciates of his appearance but acknowledges that there are a few things she doesn't like about her partner's appearance. "I don't like the stitches on his mouth, just because I am personally afraid of clown demons," she went on to say. The couple has been dating for 6 months and met after Mr. Bramble had completed most of his tattoos and operations.